were kids to make money. We dug clams, picked oysters, whatever, and we sold it on the side of the road. So we were like entrepreneurs at age 10. And my brother-in-law saw that a lot of tourists and people were stopping to buy this product and thought, I should open a business. So we started off with the lobster first and then added the clams and the oysters and all those things. And it was just a roadside business to start with. Then in the 80s, we opened up a bigger place and started shipping into the States and into different places in Canada. And really started off with Rodney's in Toronto, and then it just spread from there. And there wasn't a lot of people doing it in the 70s and 80s, so whoever was really in demand. Because we know oysters, especially the Malpec brand, they've been famous around the world for hundreds of years. So it wasn't that hard. My husband's brother owned the business first, and then we took it over in the 90s. People kept asking us, why don't you open a restaurant? Why don't you open a restaurant? So in 2000, we opened a restaurant. And this place was an aquarium at the time, and we added this restaurant on with a deck.
So we decided to keep the marine aquarium and just basically display all island fish live in our tanks. We have a manor of birds, 750 birds that aren't just in Prince Edward Island, and wild animals. Most of our animals are extinct. We don't have bears or deers or anything like that anymore. We're right on the water in the Stanley River that goes out into New London Bay and the Gulf of St. Lawrence. And the view we get from our deck is phenomenal.
We have all the activity going on around that shows like the shellfish industry, the mussel fishermen coming and going, the oyster fishermen, and it was a hit from day one. And people were like, wow, we'd go there for oysters. Islanders weren't big on going out to eat oysters because they could have oysters at home anytime, but people coming from away were like, wow, we get oysters here, because having them in the city is fantastic, but when you have them right at the source, it's like, wow. And some people think an oyster is an oyster, but it's not like that at all. And it's all about presentation.
To be a good oyster shucker is to practice, lots of practice, and really put love into each oyster, clean it, take care of it, and when you present it, it should be something that looks excellent, something I would eat. You can just come to PEI and say, where can I get a good oyster? And someone could easily say Carr's Oyster Bar. We have that home feeling around here. Everyone can come in and relax with their families, and that's what we've always really been about, is like the food, the music, and the love. It's just like bring everyone all in, and you come in here and we'll make you feel at home.